Alright guys, hello and welcome all to Vaidya's Chess Hub. Very good evening, and this is a session for the under 1400, and today, well, we are going to continue rather, not deal today afresh, but we are going to continue studying the opening pitfalls. So we will do that for the under 1400 guys, and for the absolute beginners, I'm going to share some miniatures with you, some games that you must know, some games that all of you simply must know. We are joined in by Exotic Gaming. Students from Badlapur are also here. The Ant-Man is here, and Ayush Tavade is a Superman. He says that if the Ant-Man is who he is, then this is also Ayush, and I am going to be the Superman. Well, that is fantastic. Mohit says that he's back in Dombivli. That is great, stunning. So guys, the first image that you have here, or the first position, is with black to play. Big hello to Exotic Gaming. How are your exams going, my dear? By the way, it's black to play, and just try to exploit the weakness here. Of course, you all know that when you are trying to find out what the weakness is, you know that you're going to first look at the king's position, your opponent's king, and then you're going to look at hanging pieces. So in this case, if I have to quickly highlight, I can tell you that I suppose this is a vulnerable diagonal, and this piece here, the knight on e5, is hanging. So I'm sure you must focus in that area about how to exploit that particular thing. Exotic Gaming says very easy paper. Okay, offline or online? What? I don't think the classes have reopened yet, so it must be online. Even your schools, for that matter, even if they had started, I believe now the schools are again going to be closed because of the rising number of corona cases. Can we go ahead and look at different arrows? So Purvesh has just joined us. Let's try to give you some arrows here. So are you interested in castling here? Are you interested in playing bishop c5 check? Are you interested in playing queen d4 check? Or are you interested in playing the move which is h6? So now I've given you some options, guys. I've given you some options. Choose what camp you belong to. And I'm going to leave you for a couple of minutes. Enjoy the music. I'll be with you in a couple of minutes. Choose which arrow you like and why. Name of the tactic also, please. Alright guys, your time is up, and I am so proud of you. Guys, I'm so proud of you. The point is, you have given me the correct answers, and also, well, most of you have mentioned the name of the tactic. It's a fork. It's a good old fork. For those who don't know what a fork is, someone should go ahead and type it in the chat. When a piece attacks two or more pieces at the same time. What did I just say? When a piece attacks two or more pieces at the same time. This thing at the same time is very important. Very important. When a piece attacks two or more pieces at the same time, it is called a fork. Fork. So whatever you've shared with me is absolutely correct, because if you look at this position, you're saying the chrome camp, or some people call it the golden arrow. By the way, chrome is the right word. We have been told by a student who's given his elementary exam. So that's a chrome color. So chrome camp is absolutely correct because it's a fork. And why is it a fork? Yes, we will go ahead and play this move. It will be a check. And then we are also going to be in a position where we can capture the knight on e5, which is a hanging piece. And now, by the way, all of you know what the meaning of hanging piece. I'm sure you know that by now. What is a hanging piece? A piece without any support is a hanging piece. I'm sure that you all know this by now. So yes, your answer is absolutely correct. Let me play that and let's get the first tick mark. Yes, we have gotten the first tick mark. The next position is also black to play. Let's give you a material count here. Queen for both, two rooks for both, four minor pieces for black, and same is the case for white. White has got 7 pawns, black has got 6 pawns, so white is a pawn up, but he has made an error. So what is that error exactly? Thanks Reyansh for typing it. Fork is when a piece attacks two or more pieces at the same time. Thank you, Reyansh. Thank you. Thank you so much. Juniors, learn. Okay. And after this position, for the absolute beginners, I am going to go ahead and show you a miniature. But first, let's get done with this position. As usual, I'm going to divide you into camps. So let's see what you would like to do here. Well, would you like to go ahead and take the bishop? Would you like to go ahead and pin the knight by playing bishop b4? Would you like to play knight taking the knight on f3 and giving a check? Or do you simply want to play f6 and maybe, just maybe scare the bishop away? What is it that you want to do? Enjoy the music. I'll be with you in a couple of minutes. You can type the name of the tactic as well. All the best. Alright guys, I must say that yet again you all have been so impressive. You have been absolutely impressive. People have understood that. You can either call it destroying the defender or you can say removing the defender. Whichever way you want to put it, it is correct. And I think you've shared the correct answer as well. Over here, you definitely want to be in the red camp. Arya Mahakal is also right. Yes, and why would you want to be in the red camp? You want to be in the red camp because that knight is defending the bishop on g5. So if you take that knight, it will be a check. Doesn't matter if white recaptures the knight with the queen or with the pawn, you will be able to then execute the move shown by the green arrow. But that green arrow is not the first move. See, for that you have to play the move indicated by the red arrow and remove the defender with a strong check. I'm so proud of you guys. Let's go ahead and do it. So red camp is right. I want to take the knight, give the check, and that means that this bishop will be a hanging piece. Then it will turn into a hanging piece, and after that I'll just be able to win this piece. Remember, there was this knight supporting this bishop. I'll be able to win that for free. Well done, 2 out of 2 so far, and now it is time for me to show you a miniature. This is for the absolute beginner, so Ayush, Desane and company should probably be very attentive. Now, some of these games are already known to you, but it's always good to do some revision. And the seniors, especially Rayansh, he's very good at typing. And yes, Mohit is right. Mohit is right. Check comes first. Very nice. Mohit, that's a good comment there. And big hello to Radhesh. Hello Radhesh, how are you? By the way, even Arya Mahakal can do that. What you can do is type the notation, because the games are going to be very small. So you can type the notation of the game, that is, and you can highlight the important points I'm making. The first point I want to make is touch to move rule. What is my point? Touch to move rule. In chess, it is a rule that if you touch a piece, well, then you have to move the piece. It's your obligation. If you touch the piece, you have to move the piece. And I'm going to show you a game that ended in 3 moves because the player suffered due to this rule. So don't just go ahead and touch the piece that you don't intend to move, because touch to move rule is an important rule in chess. Touch to move. Somebody can type that. Touch to move rule. Very important. So what exactly happened in this game? Let me take you to the game and show you that game. Well, of course, I'm sure that some guys know about this game. It actually happened in the tournament, and that was very sad story for black. Well, white played e4, black played e5, and now white thought, let us try the scholar's mate. So I'm sure that if white is going to try the scholar's mate, then you know what white must have played here. Can you tell me what white must have played here? White wants to try the scholar's mate. So he played this queen move. That's your clue. Scholar's mate. Where should this queen go? I think you know this. White wanted to try the scholar's mate. So obviously he moved the queen on the second move. And it also will attack the pawn on e5 that you see there. The black pawn on e5. That's right. Arya Mahakal is the first to answer. Definitely. It is queen to h5. Unfortunately here, very unfortunately, black just touched the king. OMG, right? OMG, right? What am I saying? Unfortunately, black, the player with the black pieces, unfortunately touched the king. And that is just hilarious. I mean, it's some comedy game, but what can you do? The moment the black player touched the king, white player said, hey, you have to move the king. So what's the only move that the king has? The only move the king will have is to come to this square e7. That's the only move black can play. Unfortunately, that is a forced move. He touched the king. And white player said, no, hey, you touched the piece, now I have to move it. You touch the king, you move the king. So king e7 had to be played. That's the rule. That's how dangerous this rule can be. Now you should know that. And therefore, when such a thing happens, you really have no other choice than to just oblige. And black had to play king e7. Had to. And that's it. Move number 3. Queen takes e5. Boy, this is checkmate. Now this is called tragic end. This is called tragic end. So all those who are thinking So come on, this rule is so simple. We know touch to move rule. How difficult can it be? Well, this is how difficult it can be. If your opponent insists that, hey, you touch this, you have to move the king, that's it. I'm not going to listen to you. It can be very costly. I have another wonderful recommendation for you. It's a very important thing, okay? Um, I have a video on our channel which shows the pawn promotion. Not sure you watched that video. I repeat, it's about the pawn promotion. I remember that in a certain tournament, well, this was a miniature I showed you, but there are also cases that I've seen where the opponent insists that no, you did the promotion, the pawn promotion in the wrong way. So you must, now adjust and, some time will be deducted from your clock, or I'm going to call the arbiter and that will be one illegal move to you. So I strongly suggest that you go ahead and watch the video pawn promotion on our channel. I have actually shown it on the board how to promote the pawn. Actually, you put it on the 8th rank, you let it be on the 8th rank, then you get the queen or whatever your piece for promotion is, and then you capture your own pawn with the newly promoted piece, and then the move is over, then you press the clock, then the move is properly done, because the touch to move rule is very deadly. Okay, Mohit says, hey, Mohit has watched the video. That's fantastic. Mohit, I'm really happy you watched the video, man. I'm proud of you. Now for the first time you're going to have white to play position. Let's get back to the position. For the first time now we will have white to play. Up until now we had black to play position, so the first time we will have white to play. Let's give you a material count. Queen for both. Queen, then both the rooks here. Then you have 3 minor pieces for black, but then only 2 minor pieces for white. Hey, 7 pawns for white and the same number of pawns for black. All right. And Namish is an important point. You must think, yes, before you make the move. Sure. As usual, I'm going to leave you with choices. What camp do you want to fall in? Do you want to take the bishop? You have a bishop here, guys. Do you want to do that? Do you want to bring the rook to the open file? Do you want to take the pawn? Or do you want to bring this bishop on e3? I'm going to leave you with some music and join you in a couple of minutes. All the best. Type the answer, also the name of the tactic. All the best, guys. Guys, I would love it if you tell me the name of the tactic as well. But some of you are doing it correctly, but some of you are just telling me the name, the color of the arrow, but not telling me the name of the tactic. You have to go ahead and tell me the tactic. Rayansh, I think, types the answers in detail. That is nice. Good job, Rayansh Inamdar. That is awesome. Radhesh, twice you typed green arrow, green arrow. I got that. But will you try to tell me what tactic it is? Especially when it is the tactic that I have just taught you. What did we study? We studied just now about fork, F-O-R-K. So Radhesh, you should say it's fork. Don't tell me green arrow, green arrow, green arrow, green arrow. I know that, Radhesh. What are you doing? Radhesh, I'm talking about Radhesh. You should tell me the name of the tactic. It is fork. And Rayansh and some other players typed what it is. When one piece attacks two or more pieces at the same time. Is that really the case here? Is that what is happening here? Oh, certainly yes. Look at the green camp. You want really to be in the green camp, guys. The queen can take the pawn on c6. We are talking about the green camp. And that means that you will give a check. At the same time, you are going to attack the rook on a8. And I'm sure that you will be able to win a piece here. I'm going to execute that. Now, you don't want to take the queen because that will be a simple exchange. You want to take the rook. And that is just fantastic. So, all those who got it right, congratulations. Once again, I will tell you, going back to that video recommendation, I recommend you watch the video on pawn promotion. I have actually played the pawn over the board and perfectly demonstrated how you should go about promoting your pawn. And the correct way, especially because now you know that touch to move rule can be so dangerous. The next position is also white to play. Let me bring that in front of you. This is again white to play position. And it's surprising because our king is on g2 and it's not looking all that great. I mean, look at our king. Our king is on... I'll just change the caption, guys. I beg your pardon, I didn't change the caption for the last one. It is indeed white to play, not black to play. So our king is on g2 and it's not looking all that great. It is not looking all that great at all. But still, white has a wonderful move. And that's why I say, you know, openings, I mean, they are so important to study. Black has just made a blunder. How can we exploit that blunder? Let's give you a material count here. Queens for both, two rooks for both, four minor pieces, that is all minor pieces for white and all minor pieces for black. White has got 7 pawns, black also. Black probably has all the pawns. No, yeah. Yes, black has all the pawns. So, definitely. Now, after that, let me leave you again with your options. So, our king is very ill-placed, I must say, on g2. What are we going to do here? I mean, look at that. What is that? Now, my question is, what are we going to do here? Do you want to go ahead and take the pawn? Do you want to go ahead and play this knight to f3? Do you want to go ahead and play this check? Or do you want to go ahead and play a clumsy looking move which might be something like the bishop to e3? Yeah, sure. Now you have some choices. Or is it none of these? Guys, in a long while, I have not reminded you that I draw 4 arrows, but hey, it can be none of these. If you think that it's none of these, you've got to say so and then mention your line. If you think that it is none of these, then you have to mention why you think it is so. I'm going to leave you again with some good music and I'll change the caption. It is white to play and not black to play. Enjoy the music. I'll be with you in a couple of minutes. Alright guys, well done. And well, most of you probably are thinking that this might be a little tricky, and you know what? It is. Now some of you thought that the queen is trapped. Think again. I beg to differ. The queen is not trapped. Look at the position properly. The black queen is not trapped. So those who thought that maybe, hey, the queen is trapped, it's not trapped at all. It looks like that, but it is not trapped. Now, if you play the move shown by the blue arrow, then I think that the pawn will just take the knight. Is it not? Yes. So, what's the correct answer here? Well, did Ojas just ask, where is sir? I'm right here, Ojas. Oh my God, let me say hello to Ojas. I'm right here. Why? What happened to you, Ojas? Where am I going to go? It was the thinking time allotted to the students. They were thinking about the solution. I am right here, Ojas. I'm right here. Anyway, so if you, come on, it's not that the queen is trapped or something. The queen is not trapped, and Vihang is right. It is a little tricky here. Purvesh likes the blue arrow. Namish says, where can the queen go? Well, if you play the blue arrow, the pawn is just going to take the knight. And if you take the pawn with your pawn, then the queen is going to take. So let me show you what's the right answer. But before that, let me tell you, the green camp is the correct answer. Now again, Namish will say, sir, that's what I said. Yes, but the queen is not trapped. There is another trap there. Believe you me, I will show you now. The correct answer is indeed, indubitably, it's the green arrow. But there is an element of trick there, as our senior student Vihang had anticipated. It is, or rather, as he had calculated, let's say. That is correct. So let me show you here. Now what's happening here is, we will play indeed the move shown by the green arrow, and the queen will take. There you go. So if you are wondering, where will the queen go? Yes, so the queens can be exchanged. We are also going to lose our queen, by the way. So it's not that we are going to get the queen, but now, very important, that's not the advantage. That the advantage is now that we will get this rook on h8. Bravo. Now it is at a huge advantage. We are going to get the rook on h8. It was this that it is very important. Okay. Ojas has something to say. What is he saying? Ojas has something to say. My goodness, whenever there is a chat line and a big line from Ojas, I'm concerned. He says, sir, I will make ID. Oh, Ojas will make an ID. Ooh, new. Something new. Ojas is going to make an ID for the tournament day, and then so that the inauguration of the ID will also... Inauguration of the ID, my God. Soumitra, you couldn't have joined at a better time. Breaking news, Ojas is going to make yet another ID, and he is going to have it inaugurated for the Monday Swiss League tournament. What would you know? Oh, extraordinary. Then maybe Ojas' mom will again scold him for playing too much chess, and he will close even that account. And again, Jay will have to tell him that you can always reclaim your old account. Why can't you do that, by the way? A big hello to Soumitra, by the way. I just told him that this is great timing. Going back to the position, that's the advantage, guys. So we are winning the rook here on h8. That's very important. Now I have a very interesting situation to share with you. Since Soumitra has joined us, something interesting. And believe me, even the seniors are going to love this. It so happened that there was this challenge between two players where black said, I will copy all the moves you play. Listen to this very carefully. I will play a symmetric game. Whatever moves you play is what I will play. What is the quickest way that you can deliver the checkmate? Again, I will say it. What did black say? The player with the black pieces told the player with the white pieces, I will copy your moves. I will play symmetric. Now, you know what is symmetric? E4, E5. d4, d5. Symmetric. Knight f3, knight f6. What is the quickest number of moves that you need to checkmate me? So this is a nice scenario here, and I'm going to show you that game. Okay. Oh, just meanwhile assuring us all again, yet another time, that is the final ID. After that, Ojas will not change his ID. Vihang remembers this challenge. If Vihang remembers this challenge, impress me and your buddy Saumitra by sharing the answer. So what's it going to be? Remember what I said, okay? Black is going to do the, he's just going to copy. Yes, go ahead and tell me, Vihang. You can tell me the answer. Go ahead, tell me. Let me just adjust the chess base board for this purpose. Black is just going to copy whatever white does. So what is the number of moves that white will need to checkmate black? Let me give you the full board view here so that it's better for you to calculate there. Ojas, have you understood what I'm saying? So it's symmetric. What I mean by symmetric is that if white plays this move, black plays this move. If white plays this move, black plays this move. If white plays a4, then black is going to play a5, something like that. That is what I mean by symmetry. So black told white that whatever you play is what I will play. I'll just copy, mirror your moves. Vyang says it's d4, d5, queen d3, queen d6. Then you have queen f5, queen f5, queen f4, and queen takes c8 mate. Okay, alternatively, it can also be queen h3, queen h6, and queen takes c8 checkmate. So it takes 4 moves. According to Vyang, he says that it takes 4 moves to actually go ahead and achieve that. Now, this is exclusively for Vyang. Super. Just love this guy. And I am surprised. I am surprised that Vihang even today remembers that I shared this with him many years ago. Now let me show you what exactly happened. Saumitra, Arya, enjoy this, okay? So white plays d4 and black plays d5. Remember the symmetry that we were talking about. This is the symmetry. Then white plays queen d4 and queen d3, black plays queen d6, the symmetry, okay? Then white plays queen to h3. Remember, black won't take it because black promised to just do the symmetry. And now queen takes c8 is just checkmate. So this is just incredible, and I have no doubts that all of you have loved this. Vihang has shared another way of doing it. He has found out the other way as well. And if I am not wrong, Vihang, that's exactly what you did when I had asked you this question many years ago. Guys, not many days ago, many years ago. I am so impressed that Vihang, this is a sign of a good chess player. He remembers. If I am not wrong, the one that I showed you right now was the one I showed you, but you found out the one that you typed first. And that's exactly the way it is, okay? It's absolutely brilliant. And Saumitra has some comment. He has played a few games after a long time, and he has pushed his rating back to 2140. By the way, it's important to remember that tomorrow Omkar sir will upload, you have read the notifications, I suppose. He is going to upload the video, the final episode in the checkmate patterns. So go ahead and watch that. Participate in the puzzles. Very important, because after that, from the next sessions that he will have on Thursdays, remember every month, second, third, and fourth Thursday, he is going to either start with the opening, or maybe he is going to deal with end games or tactical or strategical ideas. That's what he said. So Soumitra, really well done and all the best. I hope that you learned something interesting for whatever 5-10 minutes you are here with us. Okay, brilliant. Let me show you what Vyang was trying to say in the other variation that he was talking about. The first two moves are the same, but now white will go for queen to f5. Black has promised symmetry, so queen f4. And again, white will go ahead and checkmate. So this is indeed brilliant, remarkable, absolutely remarkable. Very, very impressed. By the way, those who are, we are doing tactics now, and for the tactics for the next position, it is back to black to play. It is back to black to play. Let me bring the position. So far 4 out of 4, guys. 4 out of 4. Let's make it 6 out of 6 before I move my focus to the next miniature. Now, in this position, it is black to play. Let me change the caption first. It is black to play. Let's give you a material count. Queens for both and both the rooks. All 4 minor pieces for white. All 4 minor pieces for white, black, both, that is. And then 6 pawns for black and 6 pawns for white. Oh, the material looks perfectly in the balance here. So that's good. That's nice. Well, Radhesh is going to visit his native place. Okay. So let me leave you with some arrows here. Now, the main question is, do you want to go ahead and exchange the queens? Do you want to play the bishop b4 check? Do you want to play queen a5 check? Or do you want to play this queen to e7? What is it that you would like to do in this position? Okay, I'm going to give you a couple of minutes. Think about it. Type the name of the tactic as well. All the best. Very, very good effort. All of you. That's fantastic, guys. Very good effort. Very good. Purvesh, very good. He also thought blue arrow. I'm quite keen even on the beginners. I mean, Ayush Tavade also said queen a5 check. And by the way, they use the correct notation. Capital Q, then a5, and then plus sign for the check. That is also brilliant. I am very happy. The beginners, you're showing good progress. Very, very good. Very, very nice. And yes, your answer is right. Because when we execute you should be in the blue camp. When we execute the move shown by the blue arrow, well, this is what will happen. You give this check, and we were just talking about fork in this lecture. I just taught you what is a fork, remember? So when you play queen a5 check, it's a fork. And doesn't matter, how white defends this check, you will have this bishop. So we can, no need to exchange the queens, by the way. You can just pick up, no need to exchange the queens. Just have this free bishop. Very nice. Congratulations. Try to type the name of the tactic as well the next time. Okay? Arya Mahakar, you can easily do that. You type just BLUE, blue. You should tell the move, you should type the name of the tactic. I taught you fork in this lecture. Again, remember? So when it's something that you already know and you've studied, you should go ahead and type it. Why not? All right. The next one is going to be white to play. So let me change the caption. It is white to play, not black to play, guys. It's white to play. And let us try to understand the material difference, if there is any. You have queens for both the rooks for black, but hey, black has just captured the rook on h1. 3 minor pieces for white and 3 minor pieces for black, but he has the extra rook. White has 6 pawns, black has 7 pawns. So black is ahead in material, but I'm sure that you look at the fact that the white queen, bishop and the black king are on the same file. They are on the same file. Well, that's how you talk chess. This is how you talk chess. The white queen, the white bishop and the black king are on the same file. That is the E file, on the same file, and that is always dangerous, you know that. So how are we going to exploit this? I'm going to leave you with some arrows. Do you want to play the move bishop to d5 check? Do you want to play bishop c8 check? Do you want to play bishop takes f7 check? Or do you want to play the bishop to, the only arrow remaining is blue, so I'm going to use the blue color now. Or do you want to just simply bring the king to f1 to protect the knight? So now you have the 4 arrows. I'm going to give you a couple of minutes to think. Do remember, you should also not just type the color, the arrow that you think is proper and the best move. Go ahead and please tell me what tactic it is, the name of the tactic. If you know, go ahead and do that. So I'm going to leave you with some good music and a couple of minutes. All right, everybody yet again, is doing a stunning job, except for Rayansh, who actually got the coordinates wrong, but later he corrected it. And guys, by the way, the queen can come back and block the check. Remember that. That's why I think you are all correct when you say that you think that it's the green arrow. And I'm sure that that's the answer. I'm actually going to go ahead and do just that. Let me do that. Bishop d5. It's a discovered check. So those who are new, the bishop was in the path. You move the bishop and then, it's a check. And now we can just capture the queen on h1 and that's it. That is just brilliant. It is now time for me to show you again some miniature, and it is about a piece getting trapped very easily. Just remember, you can also do that in your games, especially if your opponent is not very careful. Okay, so let me take you to the board now. e4 was played by white and knight was played to c6. Remember, this is known as the Nimzowitsch defense. Okay, this is known as the Nimzowitsch defense. e4, and black doesn't play e5. Black plays the move knight to c6. That's the Nimzowitsch defense. The way white should continue is pretty much standard. The d4 move, oops, not taking the pawn. And now, in the Nimzowitsch defense, black plays this move, which is e5, attacking the pawn twice. So remember, black has played this move. He wants to attack this pawn twice. And well, it's defended only once, something that you all should remember. You should either take the pawn or push the knight. And black played the move knight to d4. And now I want you to think for yourself, what is it that white can do in this position? I actually won a lot of games during my school days. Many years ago. What did I just say? During my school days. So this is a damn old trap, but even today, there are players who will fall prey to this idea. White to play, and you tell me what is the best move for white here. And why? Go ahead and also tell me why. It's important you tell me why you think whatever you are thinking is the best move. What happens? Yes, Mohit, 1.02k subscribers. That's nice. We added 20 new subscribers after we, went past that 1k mark. Ooh, after a long time, we have Suvradas from Kolkata. Welcome to the stream, by the way. Guys, I think you all have the answer here. Yes, everybody can answer. Don't wait for my permission. Everybody can answer. If you know the answer, go ahead and type it. I'm just going to say a big hi to Master or Mr. Das. He's with us after a very long time. I was just trying to show them a game where there is a quick opening trap. The Nimzowitsch. The sequence of moves is as follows. You have e4 and knight to c6. That's the Nimzowitsch. d4. Then you have e5. The knight was attacked and black played the knight to d4. And now I've asked them this question. What's the best move for white? And indeed, it is c3. Now c3 is such a dangerous move because this knight is trapped. The knight has nowhere to go. All the squares are taken. All the squares. He has nowhere to go. Jam-packed. That move c3 seals the deal here. But I'm sure when you play, especially when you play bullet and blitz, you have to learn such ideas. That's why you remember a very important opening principle I keep saying. What do I keep saying? Never let your pieces go in the enemy camp without calculation. So over here, if you see, black has exactly violated that rule. The black knight is in our camp. The knight is on d4. Now d4 is white's camp. Thoughtlessly just entered our camp, and c3 punishes. So that is brilliant. Very well done, all of you. I think we had the answer from a lot of students, and very quick answers, by the way. I'm very impressed. C3. The poor knight is indeed trapped. Reyansh, as usual, with a detailed answer. We are going to now continue with our opening pitfalls, and it's going to be white to play. So we have got all positions correct thus far, 6 out of 6. Let's go and make it 8 out of 8 after these two positions. Maybe there is one position for homework that I shall delegate. Let's give you a material count here. Queens for both. Then you have 2 rooks for both. Then 3 minor pieces for white and 3 minor pieces for black. White has 7 pawns. Black has all his pawns. That's incredible. But white is winning here. So okay, let's calculate this. I'm going to leave your window with you here. Yes. But of course, before I leave you with this thinking time, I'm going to draw some arrows for you. Do you want to attack the bishop by pushing the pawn? Do you want to go ahead and play the queen check? Do you want to go ahead and push the pawn? Or do you want to go ahead and play this knight to f3? What is it that you would like to do? You have a couple of minutes. I'll be with you. And of course, do type the name of the tactic. Okay, guys, it's important to do the entire calculation. Those who are just simply saying that, sir, this is simple, the same fork idea, the queen checks and we win the bishop, not so easy. Once you play the move shown by the red arrow, black can play knight to c6. Well, you should calculate that. It is very important. Very important. And yes, Ayush Tavde is right. He's telling Purvesh that you can go ahead and type the tactic. But Purvesh is a kiddo, so maybe he takes a long time to do the typing. So it's easy for him just to type one thing. But I'm saying this point to all others. Don't just say red arrow. If you play the move shown by the red arrow, well, black can play knight c6 and the bishop will be defended and also the check will be blocked. Then you play the pawn move, which is shown by the chrome arrow. But that's not the first move. That is the second move in the sequence. And that is why I like the calculation done by Suvradas. Brilliant. Khub bhalo. That is very nice calculation. That is very good. Okay. So don't just say red arrow. What do you mean by red arrow? Even if you play the red arrow, black can play knight c6 and defend the bishop. So I'm going to do that and you'll see. There you go. So now, what do you mean whatever black plays, we can take the bishop? Now, can I take the bishop? You tell me. Should I take the bishop, guys? Answer carefully. Should I? Somebody, most of them just told me whatever black plays will take the bishop. You cannot say that. Whatever black plays, should I take the bishop now? I cannot take the bishop now. It's a blunder, right? So now I have to push this. Now the knight is pinned and you all know that you should always attack the pinned piece more. So now there is a, that is a winning position. Always remember that, guys. Next position is black to play. So let me change the caption. This one is black to play. And let me give you the material count for this one. Queens for both, 2 rooks for both. Black has 3 minor pieces. White also has 3 minor pieces. Black has 5 pawns. White has 6 pawns. But black is winning. What is the huge advantage here? Let us see. Let us see the opening advantage here. Kiddo means a kid. Kiddo is a very small child, a baby almost, a kid. You say affectionately as kiddo. So he is too young, too small to type everything quickly. That's why Purvesh just mentions the color. Okay. Mohit has shared a very nice line. He says, without error, there can be no brilliancy, said by Emmanuel Lasker. I did not know that. I simply did not know that. So let me give you some arrows before I leave. Do you want to go ahead and castle? Do you want to go ahead and attack the queen? Do you want to go ahead and take this pawn? Or do you want to go ahead and call for an exchange by playing this move? A couple of minutes and I'll leave you with some good music. Alright, some mixed thoughts coming in from students. Suvradas sharing with us that safety comes first, Paul Morphy's principle. That is correct. But over here, I can tell you that there is adequate safety already. Don't miss out on the chance to win material if you are safe. Why I'm saying that, take a look at this position here that is at hand. Yes, we can castle, it is possible, will be a good move. But then white will play knight to f3 and then suddenly we lose the momentum here. Okay. Now the thing is we will go ahead and execute the chrome arrow. The move by the chrome arrow. But Purvesh, the spelling is C-H-R-O-M-E. Question by Vyang, when will I play with the above 1400? The coming Thursday. Not tomorrow, the Thursday that shall come after that is when I will play with the above 1400. Remember, Thursdays is probably the time when I play with the seniors, but Omkar sir has that slot for his videos. But the Thursday, not tomorrow's Thursday, the one after that will be my Thursday. So that is when I'm going to play with the above 1400 for sure. Okay. By that time, do come up from your downs so that you can put up a very nice fight. Vyang, I hope that there will be good fight. Anyway, going back to our discussion. Yes, we will go ahead and take it. So, Suvradas, you are right about safety first. But when you are safe, you should just go ahead and execute whatever your plans are. Our king at the moment is not in any jeopardy because white's pieces are not in a position where they can exploit the fact that our king is in the center. Very nice and very good combination here. All right, and now I am going to go ahead and probably deal with last position for today. One last position, guys. and this is going to be black to play. Let me give you a material count very quickly. Queens for both, 2 rooks for both, 3 minor pieces for both. Black has got, how many pawns are those? 7 pawns. White also has 7 pawns. And black has definitely a move that can win the game. Question, what's that move? Okay. It is black to play. I'm going to leave you with choices very quickly. This is our last position for today. Do you want to attack the bishop? Do you want to bring the pawn to safety? Do you want to go ahead and attack the bishop? Maybe, yeah, sure. Or do you want to go ahead and give the check? So I'm going to leave you with this and with some good music. Answer when I come back. All right, guys, brilliant work there. For one last time, that's brilliant work. Now, before I tell you the answer, yes, Suvradas has asked, can I play with you? Yes, 100%. Your rating seems absolutely fine. You can play with me. I'm going to tell you the date as well. I told you not tomorrow's Thursday. It's going to be the 4th of March. Above 1400, guys. Vihang, Suvradas, listen. I'm going to play the Thursday, that is the 4th of March. 4th of March, 6 o'clock, deal. Okay. Now, let's go back to this position at hand. You're right about the hanging piece. We all know now the hanging piece is a piece without any support. So, yes, when you play the queen check, it will be a fork where you will give a check. You will also get the bishop. That's on c4. All positions correct. All positions done correctly. We have to stop for now. Remember what I said about tomorrow. Omkar sir will upload, share the video rather with me. I shall upload it. It's the last lecture on the checkmate patterns. So massively watch it and leave your comments. Suvradas, you should also do that. Okay, watch the video. I shall upload it, let's say by morning or afternoon time. It will be published at 6 o'clock, the same time. So instead of the lecture, actually it is his lecture. At 6 o'clock, you can start watching that on our channel. It is for all. Even the under 1400 should watch it. It's not just for the above 1400. Under 1400 should enjoy that. And of course, do like that video because he takes a lot of efforts, while making the video as well, just as me. We will stop for now. And we will meet again on Friday. On Friday, under 1400s, I shall play games with you. That's fun. We always have fun. We play. And we might start a little earlier than usual because last time I remember a couple of guys did not get a chance to play with me. Is it not? Something like that happened. So next time we will, probably on Friday, I'll think about starting maybe 5 minutes earlier than what we do. So we will. Suvradas, how can I contact you? Well, you have the email scrolling here. Contact me on my email. You can definitely do that, Suvradas. Do that. All right, then we'll stop for now. Do take care.